hell is it? Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, God. Hello, this is George Senda, the real, official, authentic, original, and that thing put an M in the word. It's year 70, not Nom, but it is here. I am officially 70 years old today. This is not the live video I will be doing around 6 o'clock when I get back from grocery outlet. That will be a haul video. I have to go get the mail. Tomorrow I go out with Kathy. And I want to thank the person who sent me $20 on PayPal. I can't look it up right now. Hold on. Maybe I can. Hold on a minute. I don't know if I can. Just a moment. No, I can't. But thank you for the $20 birthday gift. I really appreciate it. I'm going to transfer that to my credit union account. And I just deleted all the emails to my email account, all 18,000 and something, except for the ones I saved. So there were no more emails there. And it's very cold and very windy, and we got a wind advisory in the Bay Area, 50-mile-an-hour winds in the hills. I don't know what it is out there. My shoulders are stiffened up, and it was very cold going to feed the cats. Ow! And there's the cat, the official birthday cat, the putty cat. Come here, official putty cat. Oh, the official putty cat. And my back is hurting me because lifting that mattress frame hurt my back, and it continues to hurt. But I have an AirSat heating pad on my back. It is an electric blanket that works. It's a very good heating pad. So there's the baby. Fluffy and little girl on the bed. I slept all day. That was my exciting day yesterday. And had a very productive Zoom call with my doctor. She made a mistake, and which shocks me. She's usually pretty good. She put the wrong code in for the MRI request. So she's got to redo that. They're going to MRI my shoulders and my knees. And the left knee, which was not injured before County Connection, is now injured and full of arthritis. So thank you, Gray Alien Gaming and Art. So once I get that done, then she's referring me to the orthopedic surgeon, and she's also going to refer me finally to the allergy clinic. I've got to call colonoscopy, and I have an ear test next month, and hopefully the surgeon will recommend surgery on my right knee, which has never been operated on, and my right shoulder. I think I've torn the rotator cuff again because it keeps hurting all the time. And thank you for your donations in the past, Gray Alien. Most appreciated. But there's the baby. So, and I'm almost out of food. I'm out of money. My wallet is on life support. That's how broke I am. Get my money tomorrow and have to deal with the evil Bank of America. I had transfers going, and because I cannot see the screen well, and their iPad app doesn't work right. It doesn't show you how much is in your account. It keeps blanking out. So I'm going to call them tomorrow and raise hell about this. They've charged me an inordinate amount of NSF fees. This is the last time we'll ever do it. I'm going to switch my bank account to the credit union, and then I'll pay B of A $12 a month to keep the account open. I got to pay $101 my P.O. box rental tomorrow. I'm thinking seriously of discontinuing it. But the problem is, they're so rare to get one. You're on a wait list. I'm reluctant to get rid of it. Kathy will be here tomorrow. She's going to help me move the storage units back about 2 feet. I am going to need help because the mattress keeps sticking out in the hallway. What's the matter with you? What's the matter? You know, I got to find my nail clippers. You and your claws need to get clipped, little one. Okay, I put you back on the bed with Fluffy and Fuzzy. And little girl, I mean. There you go. Whoop. So she sits and talks to me all the time. Rap, rap, different raps. Rap for food, rap for pet me, rap for hello. He's so cute. So fed Mama Cat, fed Orangey, fed Pretty Little Gray, fed Tiny One, fed Kitten. Fluffy got some Sheba. Then he went and ate. He goes and eats little. He eats Fuzzy's food after he eats his food. I've always had one cat that's a chow hound. Fluffy is it. So that's about it. Today I will go to grocery outlet and get food, and there will be a haul video, and go get the mail and feed the cats. And my voice is going. And I did clean up that corner. And by the way, some idiot troll sent me a thing. When are you going to make an honest one of Kathy? Well, I've never done this honest woman business because she's the most honest person I've ever met, except for my friend Glenn. I've had previous apartments where I had hundreds of dollars sitting there in coin and cash, and nothing was ever touched. She's never taken anything from me. She's never stolen anything from me. And she's very reliable and trustworthy. There are other things that not so great at times, but she's got a lot of issues. But we've been together through thick and thin. There's things I've done that made her mad. There's things that she's done that make me mad, but we always make up. We've been together since 1977, so she's there for me. And by the way, the reason why we will not get married is, and there should be the marriage penalty reform on the SSI Reform Act, but this Congress will never vote in it, and neither will the Republicans when they take over in the fall. There's a marriage penalty. If you're on SSI and you get married, they cut your benefits. So that's why we will never get married. She lives apart from me, and June 28th, if I win my case, I'm going to help her get a car and give her enough money maybe to look for a new apartment, move out of the apartment she lives in, somewhere closer to me. I'm tired of her being 15 miles away. We see each other once a month. And the canard that I strike her, assault her, hit her is total lies and BS. You keep beating Kathy. I don't see the woman. It's a little hard. She might come by twice a month, because every once in a while, when she doesn't hear from me for 3 or 4 days, she gets worried and she comes over here in the bus, which is a real pain in the ass because it takes 5 hours back and forth to get from her house to here and back to her house, and we don't go anywhere. So this is another reason why if I win my suit against County Connection, I'm going to give her money to order a car. I found a real cheap place in Sacramento for cars, for Priuses. So, and my doctor says she will get the paperwork working once I see the orthopedic surgeon to get me an electric scooter. Which my knees hurt like hell to walk, and my back hurts, my arm hurts, my other arm hurts, my hands hurt. So not having to walk on my cane to the bus and stuff would be a big help. I can take a scooter. So that's all that's going on. I've dumped all the recycling. The orange bucket has bottles in it, nothing else. That's why I did the video. People were puzzled because trolls were saying I was using it as a toilet, which is disgusting. I have a toilet. It's 22 feet away. It's called a bathroom. It's in the bathroom. So, and I apologize to Gray Alien and the other channel members. And you can become a channel member by clicking on the join button. $3.99 or $6.99 a month, and I didn't realize that was my hair is looking terrible. I didn't realize it was in 2 separate categories. I would have set it for the larger, but it wouldn't be fair at this point to set it for the just $7.99 a month. I have not been doing videos I have a couple videos I have to post. I'll do that this weekend. I'll go out Friday and, well, you'll see a video with Kathy. Maybe I'll do a video with Kathy at Nordstrom and post that to the membership channel, a separate video. You'll see Kathy. You won't see it live. And one of the reasons I went mother other than for the cats is to get an iPad with cellular and Wi-Fi so that I can be live anywhere and get other things, which I won't mention. So, and tomorrow Montgomery Wards will be paid off, $51 and something. So I don't owe them any money. I looked in their catalog. There was a lot of interesting stuff, but they really ticked me off. They wanted me, despite having a perfect payment record and being down to $51, I wanted to order something and they wanted me to pay about $75 for the item. And I said, to hell with you. So I went to another company and we're at a $400 credit limit and got my pressure cooker and got my Dutch oven. So to hell with Montgomery Ward. Now, if I were to win the lotto, I will buy everything I want in that catalog once I have a house and a land to go with it. And I've been looking at duplexes and fourplexes should I make a lot of money, and requires they're not liable to loan me money for a fourplex, but I could, if I win enough money, get a duplex, and I will move out of here in a heartbeat. I'll see if I can find one. Cheapest place to buy places is Texas or Kansas. Although I've been seeing all the liberals are moving out of California and going to Texas. I hope they don't ruin Texas. And the liberals and the people at Twitter go nuts. Elon Musk are calling him a racist when they never called. They were cheering him for the electric car. Now he's a racist. And the people on the leftist media are ridiculous. The man wants freedom. He wants freedom of speech. And having been in South Africa, he sees what happens in a totalitarian regime, which the apartheid regime was. So that's about it. I don't even have the camera light on. Boy. So, oh, by the way, officially, my doctor is very happy, and we had a long discussion on how I lost weight recently. And I went, my high weight was 375. I said, well, I've stopped eating a lot of TV dinners. Not completely, because there's times there's nothing to eat, or I can't afford chicken or beef or something. And I've stopped eating about 90% of junk food. Every once I get cravings for donuts, candy bars. The big problem with going to Safeway is I'm starving. And I haven't eaten all day. All I had, tonight I had a can of mushroom soup. That was my dinner. It's a cream of mushroom soup. Kathy will buy me birthday lunch and a slice of pizza, because the Slice House in Walnut Creek makes the best pizza I've ever tasted. And we're going to have a nice lunch together. So I'd love to go and See's candy. I do eat See's candy. That's when I go out with Kathy. Once a month I get my milk chocolate butter chews and my butterscotch lollipops. And I got to do a little bit of wash this weekend until I get quarters. And there's stuff in the hall. I talked to Patty, when are you going to come over here so I can get my laundry? I don't know. So who knows? I really hope I win that case. I think I will. If I get the minimum 10 grand, then I give 4 grand to Kathy toward a car fund. And I found a place that has a very inexpensive, more modern Prius than anything we've ever had. So I will get her to save up the money, and we'll rent a car. We'll take Amtrak. We'll up to Sacramento and get Lyft or Uber or whoever it is. Go out, call them up first, or arrange for them to pick us up, and we'll have a Prius. And about time. We haven't had a car for 2 years. And I may sleep in this chair, except I get off this chair, my right leg hurts. But having that electric blanket underneath me is very nice. It's very soothing on my aching back. Let me crank this sucker up to 6. There we go. Okay. This chair were better, I'd sit in here for a while, but there we go. Hello, Katie. You tired commenting? Yeah, I get tired of commenting too. I didn't delete it. By the way, I sent all your emails into an inbox. So, but actually, I didn't. I forgot to send some. Well, and there are the ones that aren't They're gone. No, it's the cat's Easter blanket with Snoopy on it, and it needs to be washed. And normally sits in the cat bed and the floor, but the bed mattress sticks out about a foot, and I can't have the cat bed on the floor where Fuzzy's cat scratcher thing is, so I'm using it now to cover me because I don't have any shorts on, and I'm cold. It's cold in here. It's not super cold, but it's not warm either. Let me see. Oh, it is 65 in here. Yeah, it's so stupid. They're losing their control. They're losing their power. They're losing the. They cry about censorship. When I grew up, this was pointed out by Tucker Carlson tonight in the 50s, or Gutfeld. I forgot. I watched both of them. They talked about the evil Joe McCarthy, although in recent years they found proof that there were communists in the State Department, there were communists in the federal government employed in Washington, D.C. He was not making it up. I found that on the internet. So they had proof. And of course, we had two communists working at Los Alamos, and they gave our nuclear atomic secrets to the Russians. There is no cake and ice cream. I'm broke. I got about guessing $7 in dimes and nickels and $5 in pennies. That is my fortune now. So no one sent. No one. I have not gone to the post office in several days, so I don't know if there's anything waiting in the mailbox. Yeah, they can't censor anybody. Can't say it's missing. And by the way, I must be super psychic. I said someone should start a beauty contest. Misinformation, because they always Obama's talking about misinformation. YouTube says misinformation. Twitter says misinformation. We cannot allow this because it's misinformation. Actually, it's not misinformation. It's telling the truth, and they can't handle the truth like the movie says. I never saw that movie. Just saw clips. A lot of movies I've never seen a whole movie. Just the clips in a movie. Jack Nicholson. You can't handle the truth. So it's information they don't reveal, like the what the hell is his name? Whatever it's Biden, the son of Biden, with the laptop. No, he is. I will let this on. I'm not going to call him dumb. There's no words from him. I told you though that was 99, 100% BS. There is no, I looked it up, there is no Wizzo the Clown on the internet. There is no active Wizzo the Clown. The only Wizzo the Clown was the guy who did television in St. Louis or Kansas City for 35 years, and he died in 1987. This guy's a total fraud. So, and there is no attorney with that representative name. I kept those emails. And if I get high five figure money, I'm going after the evil troll website and its owner, Bardell. Hire the attorney and pay the $7,500. Pay the magic duck when he comes out of the wall or down from the ceiling, and sue them, sue him, and get that site removed. That's where all the troll stuff is coming from. Weren't for the trolls, I'd probably be a financially much better man, off man by now. I would have my own podcast, be interviewing paranormal figures and other people. Well, he lied about. He said it wasn't him who said that he was waiting for a clown disability check. Now the other clown, Cussy the clown, and you may remember I read all of the super chat donations for 2 years because Wizard the clown, clown, clown claimed he gave me 15 donations. That was a total lie, and yet he said I'm slandering him. Telling the truth is not slander. And there was no lawyer. I looked up that lawyer's name. There's a different lawyer with a slightly similar name. Yeah, if it weren't for the trolls, I'd be on Coast. If it weren't for the trolls, I might be a weekend fill-in host. It's still there. It's still up. I've gotten some of the videos removed, then they got put back on again. You have to take them to court to get YouTube to banish a channel YouTube has a stupid rule. They want to show proof that you've gone to court. It's idiotic. For defamation and slander, they won't do anything about it. We don't do anything about defamation. We don't do anything about slander. This is why I get constant emails from Donald Trump to donate to him. And I will be a chance to be a free guest at one of his rallies if I get a high figure money from my County Connection suit. I will donate a couple $100 to Trump and hope that I get to attend. I'll go to one of the rallies. And if I can get to President Trump, I will hand him a letter. And he normally does not take letters, but I'll hand him a letter and say, on here are the list of things you should do when you run for president again. So the first thing you should do, if he hasn't been before, and Tucker Carlson said that Fauci has now said that the pandemic is over. Then he said on CNBC or MSNBC the pandemic was not over. I don't think so. I get official Trump mail. I have donated to Donald Trump to his presidential campaign a number of times. Small donations, not large ones. I said, first thing you do is fire Fauci and investigate him because he is worth $10 million and there's evidence that he got money from China. And there's evidence he took federal funds to fund the Wuhan's weapons lab. Then, second thing, fire every political appointee from the Bush administration, George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, and anybody associated with Hillary Clinton and anybody associated with Joe Biden. Because appointees are there at the pleasure of the president. They're not there for life, and that's one reason why Trump couldn't get a lot of stuff done, because they sabotaged him, particularly in the State Department. And also fire, what I would do if I gave him a list, go to each agency and fire the first three guys, because the fourth guy is not going to have any power, but the first three guys are running everything. The CIA, the NSA, all the alphabet agencies. Get rid of those first three guys. And you get entrenched corruption out. The other thing I would say is get rid of Section 230. It protects all these media outlets from lawsuit. And get rid of, what was the other thing? Oh, yeah. Have Congress do something they really need to do, not just for longevity, but because it leads to corruption. They cannot buy stock if they have inside information, like Nancy Pelosi and others, and have federal term limits. Davy Crockett ran for Congress twice, and I think he failed the third time, and he said before he went off to die at the Alamo that the Congress is not a lifetime job, and it shouldn't be. You got guys who have been in there since, there was one guy a while back who went into Congress in 1940 and was there for 50 years. They keep voting these people in, and get rid of the rhinos. Get rid of the 10 that voted to impeach you. Get rid of Mitt Romney. Get rid of Mitch McConnell, who backstabbed you. And get rid of that other guy, McCarthy, I think it is. They're talking about he'll be Speaker of the House. He's another rhino. And an anti-Trumper. Get rid of all the anti-Trumpers. Trump is the party now. And that I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Investigate and what the hell is Joe Biden's son's name? I can't remember it. Driving me crazy. But investigate the Bidens, investigate the whole corrupt Biden family. And the GOP, when they do whatever they do, should impeach Joe Biden and impeach the other one who makes Biden look smart, Peach Harris. And since we'd have a GOP Speaker of the House, that person would be the president. It'll turn Biden into a lame duck president. He's already a lame duck president. Hunter Biden, thank you. Why can't I think? Kept thinking Tucker, and then that's not it. So, what kind of person named you Hunter? My son Hunter. What's he hunt? I don't know. laptops, emails, golf balls, Chinese money, Ukraine money. Now there was a story today that Raytheon is running out of missiles and missile parts. So Ukraine may be in trouble, although there was a mountain brigade that drove a Russian column back 10 kilometers. Computer, what is 10 kilometers in miles?
10 kilometers is about 6.2 miles.
6 miles, that's pretty far. By the way, another thing I would ask Trump to do is pass a law that all sites have to put miles in parentheses. We are not the socialist communist states of Europe. We still use the whatever the non-metric system is. I'm tired of kilometers, centimeters, Celsius. I have to constantly look up what the hell something is in Celsius. Put the damn temperature in. Weather Channel does that. Tomorrow will be 38 degrees Celsius. First of all, who the hell was Celsius? Secondly, I don't do Celsius. So I got thermometers that say the letter F on it. I think of another letter for F. And I'll be glad to get this box out of here going to Lucky Farrell's. So, and that board will go into the bed when Kathy helps me, so I won't feel the springs as much. Yeah, it's coming out, but the problem is Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, CNN, MSNBC, PBS. And another thing curious, when the GOP lists all these networks, they don't list PBS, but it's part of that cabal that won't let the truth be told. And NBC, CBS, ABC, and the failed CNN Plus. They spent $300 billion to create that network and got, what, 40,000 viewers, 10,000 viewers? Now, if you take 300 billion, divide that into the country, they're going to send everybody a stimulus check. The left is also talking about how Elon Musk with his 44 billion going to give money to everybody in the country. Yeah, he could have, but he stands for truth, justice, and the American way, and freedom of speech. Something that Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, you name it, they're all against telling the truth. Because it's all about power. It's not about banning somebody, banning President Trump. I got banned for 2 weeks for saying a hypothetical situation on shoplifters. You're putting harm out to somebody. Well, nobody got harmed. Nobody's dead. Nobody got hurt. And yet, after I did that, merchants shot shoplifters. And you know what? They're dead. Not the merchants, the shoplifters. And a sheriff in Florida is saying, if your home gets invaded, shoot the son of a bitch. All for it. Because they arrest these guys when they caught them, and they're like, got 50, 60 charges, and they got a record longer than both arms, and they keep being let out in the street. And the New York cops there's a story on Twitter that a police car got rammed by criminals. They caught the criminals, but they're crying for help. That's because they got a leftist government in New York, leftist mayor in New York City, leftist governor in Albany, leftist legislator, and they keep any amount of money. No. There's certain things you do and you don't do. And Wizzo was in here long enough to know of the problems of having the trolls. They have made sexual phone calls to Kathy. They harassed her on the phone. They threatened to have Kathy raped. They threatened to have me killed, kill my cats. Sent me horrible things in the mail, made Kathy cry and me cry. No, you're acting like a troll and you say, who cares what the trolls say? When I've been putting up with these people for 20 years. No amount of money would unban him. I need money, but I have principles, and I will not let someone come in here and disrespect me or disrespect Kathy, period. I've been doing this for 11 and a quarter years. I've been in a position. At one time, I had the 7th most popular blog on Blogger. Online trolls got my blog. They hacked my blog and destroyed it. I had a Republican blog, and it got rated in a poll, number 7 in the country. That was back in 2013. So I've been on social media a long time. These people are evil. And you don't make comments like that. That's insensitive, that's uncaring, and that's rude. And I'm not going to allow it in this chat room. If Wizzo the Clown doesn't like it, well, he can take his nose off. The hell with him. And being on SSI, my money that comes from Social Security is judgment proof. They can't take me to court because they can't attach it. Franchise Tax Board tried to do that for me for back tickets. And by the way, if I get 5-figure large, I will pay off all my traffic fines. And they're making a big thing about Biden paying off student loans. Well, you know what? My student loan started at $2,000. The bank I had it with went bankrupt. I paid it until I became homeless. And then when the bank went bankrupt, I didn't know where the hell to pay it because I got no information for 3 years. Then it started going to collection agencies, and every time a collection agency would get the loan, they'd add their fee to it. It's now $11,000, a $2,000 loan. My late mother's doctor and my former doctor went to medical school. She owes $1 million in student loans for going to medical school. So, and they're saying we shouldn't. The Republicans and people are coming. We shouldn't forgive student loans. Just so a trucker can not have a student loan. And one congressman said paying off student loans is stupid. No, it's not. If people can't, in this economy and this Bidenflation, if they can't pay off their student loans in normal circumstances, what makes you think they're going to pay it off when there's student loan forgiveness or delay? The student loan program has been corrupt. Schools have churned student loans out for courses, particularly these tech schools, to get people degrees that they were never going to get a job. So, by the way, I spent money. I should have bought a car. I didn't know how to drive then. I spent part of my student loan on a moped that one day I wrecked in the fog, went off the road because I couldn't see, wrecked the wheel and sold it. But I got the moped to go to school so I wouldn't have to keep taking the bus. That was when I lived in Sacramento. And I got to buy textbooks. I have a year and a half of college. I'm not a stupid man. Trolls always seem stupid too. The courses I have to take, English 1A, which is idiotic. It's kind of like remedial reading for English. I'm a published military writer, and written articles and things in the '80s, and I'm rusty at writing, and now I can't. There is notes. I could write a letter in notes. I found notes on the computer, but in the old days, I'd type stuff in my Selectric, and if I win my case, I'm buying an IBM correcting Selectric 3, and I'm putting it on the other desk or somewhere so I can type a letter, as God intended. No more. And there used to be a way to connect a Selectric to an Apple IIe, but I had to find those magazine articles and they want $20 a piece for an old Apple Plus magazine. So maybe I get an Apple printer, hook it up to my Apple II computers, and get Apple Works. Then I can print a letter out. I got my Canon printer. I got to find the power cord for it and get my printer to going. But I hate it that that I can find no Mac word processor now. And Apple used to have AppleWorks, which is great. So, and yes, I apologize for the shirt being dirty, but I got it laundry. And all I got is $6, $6 and quarters. Doesn't go very far. Oh, by the way, there is news that Biden is trying to ban these. The filament light bulb. Who asked him to ban my light bulb? And this is a broken filament because the 30s retro lamp fell on the floor, and it's over there behind me. And I tried buying an LED lamp. There's a cover over the lamp like this. This won't fit. The new LED, which I would like to put in there, won't fit. And the lamp is made in the 1930s. It's an antique, and I like it. Except I want to get someone to put a wooden base on it so it doesn't tip over. That's how it broke. But they always want to tell us what to do. Trump said he did 3 things about dishwashers, wash machines and toilets where he allowed people to use as much water they want. They got water flow restricting showers. He said showers too. I go to the bathroom and I flush the toilet, and I got to pour water down the toilet. It won't flush, or you have to flush it 5 and 6 times. And he's restricting shower heads for water. We're in a drought, but you get like a drop of water. He said he takes a shower in a hotel and he can't wash his hair. It takes him 20 minutes to wash his hair because there's no water coming out. So it's ridiculous. And they made it a felony, a federal felony, if you cross the border into Canada and you pry the mousse off the toilet and you put the old style toilet in your bathroom. It's a felony to put an old style toilet with a 5 gallon tank, 5 gallons of water instead of 3 gallons or 1 gallon. They put a brand new toilet in my bathroom. It's terrible. I have to take the cat box, fill it full of water, and dump it down the toilet to flush the toilet, which wastes more water, but I can't have the toilet overflow. We have a lot of stupid federal laws that need to be gotten rid of. And I don't know why the people in New York, being liberal, but they're beset by crime in New York City, why they keep electing mayors and district attorneys that don't send criminals to jail. So, were I to get 30 or 40 or 50 grand, I pay off all my credit cards, I get the coin loans out. I have Patty, or if I have to have Kathy rent a van, we go to Costco, we go to Safeway, we go to Grocery Outlet, we go to Walmart, and I load up on cat litter, and I load up on dry cat food. Oh, Target, that's where I get my dry cat food, or I get it ordered from Amazon, and I order like 500 pounds of cat litter, so I don't have to drag it home from the store. I order a year's supply of wet cat food and a year's supply of dry cat food and feed the kitties. That's the first thing I do. Then order supplies for me, cleaning supplies, paper towels, get toilet paper, and then it would make a huge difference in my life not to have to pay credit card payments. I wouldn't owe a dime to anybody. Then I'll show all the coin loans on. I owe, if, oh hell, hold on. I don't know the exact amount, but here's 4 slips. About 500 bucks. It isn't a lot, but coming up with 500 bucks right now is. Here's one. It's 87.50 to get it out. Here's one. It's 180 to get it out. I only have 4 slips for some reason. Maybe I have 5. Hold on. Here's one 177. And here's one 100. No, 84.50. That's the same one, the $65 loan. So it's about $500. Now I was gonna get the $65 one out last month. I couldn't. I'll see if I can get it out in June. I would like to get one loan out. But if I wind up getting a lot of money from the County Connection court case, I will go to the coin dealer with about $600 to give me my silver. And I'll probably buy some more silver. I like having some silver, so. And oh yeah, I forgot. I'd pay my PG. I'd pay ahead on my PG&E bill. But if I move out of here, if I were to buy a duplex, I have someone put in solar. So I never have to pay the evil Pacific Gas and Electric again. And I'm out of pain pills. No Motrin. That's why my back hurts. I don't have anything to take for the pain. Oh, the pain, the pain. Oh dear, oh dear. So, and if I get a lot of money in 6 months when the Boomer Buggy SX #2 comes out, I get the Boomer Buggy, but I'll have to keep it downstairs and make sure it's locked up. And I'll have to I'll put it under the stairs or something. Or just charge it downstairs and just sit there for 8 hours. I don't know. Go somewhere and charge it. Maybe I could drive. Maybe I could get up the hill if the hill isn't too steep. Go to Knob Hill Foods and go do my shopping. Lock it up. Come back and plug it into one of those Tesla charging stations. That would work. Go shopping, have dinner. By the time I get done, it's half charged, and then charge the rest the next day. Because it doesn't take much to go 3 miles. But Boomer Buggy SX would be great. Air conditioning, heater, windshield wipers, fully enclosed. No rain, no snow, no wind, no heat, no cold. Has a very small space in the back for groceries. That's the only bad thing. Unfortunately, it doesn't have 2 seats. County Connection, our local transit agency. 2 years ago, December 31st, 2020, I was on the bus. I was sitting on the bus in the seat. Got on at BART after going to the La Patio or whatever it was in Lafayette the last day of a 75-year-old restaurant and institution with Kathy, and got on the bus to go home. The guy made the turn out of BART, went down Monument Boulevard, went to the stop light at the set where the 7-Eleven is at Kyle Road, went forward about 5 feet and then slammed on the brakes, and I went flying and landed face down in the handicapped seat like this, screaming in agony. Couldn't walk for 4 months. He did nothing. He was supposed to stop the bus, ask me if I was injured, ask if I needed medical help, take my name and address, take the name of the 2 witnesses in the back of the bus. The guy just kept driving for 8 blocks. And I finally got Patty to take me to the hospital. I could not walk to the bathroom without screaming. I couldn't lie down without screaming. And now to this day, I'm having spikes of pain in my kneecap. My right kneecap, the bad one that I fractured on BART 15 years ago. And I filed a claim for pain and suffering. They denied it. I asked for 25 grand. So I'm going to ask for 5 times that for punitive damages. County Connection has a history of refusing to pay injury claims. If I get 5 times 10,000, that's 50 grand. I get 50 grand, baby. I'll tell you one thing. I'll take part of the money, and it's Pittsburgh time. It's Tremonti sandwich time. It's visiting my relatives time. It's showing the trolls that I'm from Pittsburgh. Don't lie. They always say I'm not from Pittsburgh. Just because I'm not in Pittsburgh, which is stupid. I was born there, raised there. Not all my life, but a good percentage of my life. Show them where I used to live. Show them the hospital I was born in. You're born in McGee Hospital and McGee Women's Hospital back in those days. It's some kind of university hospital now. Show them where we used to live on the street, but they tore down the apartment building. They tore down the Pittsburgh Playhouse where I studied. So did Janet Leigh and other people in the young actors program. Some university bought it and tore it down. I'm really pissed about that. If I had the money of Elon Musk, that place would still be there, having plays. Show the apartment building on Joe Hammer Square we lived in. Show the Parkview Avenue when they tore that down. I think it was not an improvement. A beautiful 6-story building with oak banisters, and I used to slide down those as a kid. Steel fire escapes that were enclosed by a cage, and wonderful old building. You could smell the oak. And every apartment had cedar closets, something you don't have anymore. So, and I do a tour of where I went to school in Pittsburgh, if I could find the one church. That church, every year when it rained and snowed, the basement flooded. And Shenley High School, which is still there because it's full of asbestos. It's like a 10-story school on a hill where they rioted when Martin Luther King was shot because the students went to the principal, can we have a rally in honoring Reverend King? And the principal said no, and that started the hill riots, and they spread all over the country. And they threw the principal out of the window of the 3rd floor, and he hit the bushes and bounced, and they burned up a van, and riots spread up the Hill District, and then by night, part of Pittsburgh was burning, and every city in the country had burning. So, and go to where Forbes Field used to be, the Carnegie Library, and the Museum of Natural History, and the Turtle Fountain, and the Arboretum, and see if the Nature Museum is there. And if I had the money of Elon Musk, even part of the money of Elon Musk, I would bring back Isley's, the famous ice creamery. home of the chip tam and the rainbow sherbet. Built a new Isley's in Oakland. British took over Isley's and drove it to like so many companies could take it over. They drove it into the ground, drove it out of business. And they tried to bring back Duquesne beer. It failed. They moved Iron City beer out to Latrobe or some ungodly place like that. Never had an Iron City beer because I wasn't old enough. And I would do a video from the Oyster House, the oldest restaurant in Pittsburgh. I believe it was founded in either 1840 or 1824. And we have been no lawyer fees in small claims court. You're not allowed to have a lawyer. You can use a lawyer for advice. I have a lawyer for advice. He told me what to say. So you go in, you tell the judge or the whatever they call the person, commissioner, I believe it is, what happened. I'll have letters from both two doctors. I'll have Kathy there and Patty there, and medical records. So I'll win. The video showing me impaled on the, not impaled with a spike, but basically trapped like a fly on the fold of the handicap seat. They can't lie about the video. So if he gives punitive damages, that'd be $40,000 or $50,000. If he doesn't, I get $10,000. $10,000, I can pay my credit cards off, pay the coin loans off, give Kathy money for a car, and then put the rest in my secured card and save up till I get my boomer buggy. But it's up to the commissioner or the judge. But I can make a case where I'll say that County Connections refused to pay people and be injured. My attorney said he sued them for a woman who fell on the bus, and they stonewalled him, and it took him 3 years. He won, but they do this because they make money off of it, and it's an evil thing to do to people that are injured. So, and I'll go have the first Permanis. Permani has Permanis all over the place, including Florida, and they're very pro Steelers. And I would be able to do one thing with $10,000. Maybe I'll go back and see the first Steelers game I've seen in years, or a Pirates game. I'm not much into hockey. I support the Penguins. I don't know how far they've gotten. I haven't looked. But go back and see my beloved Pittsburgh Pirates. And even though they lose every year, if I won 50 grand, I wonder if I could buy a minority share in the Pirates. Oh, and one major site has now monetized all my input, so that's good. I'm not gonna say which one it is, but that I don't know how much I'll get, but they monetized me today, so that'll help. So, and then I'm gonna do something else. If I get this money, I'm gonna write the governor and see if I can get the evil DMV to release the suspension of my license that happened when some clerk who couldn't mind her own business reported that a stroke when I never had a stroke. They refused to move the suspension. There was nothing wrong with me to stop me from driving. Yeah, well, their insurance company is the one who denied it without comment, without giving a reason. I have the paperwork. I'm going to take that into Your Honor. Here's the paperwork they sent me for denied. They probably give the bus company money for refusing, or the bus company gives them money for refusing. But it's wrong. It's morally and ethically wrong. It's ethically in the Bible wrong. You're supposed to help the sick and the injured and the wounded. And by the way, another thing that bugs me is when they say someone is wounded when there's a disaster, when it should be injured, because you're only wounded if you're shot in combat or you're shot by somebody who fires a gun. So the media started doing this wounded nonsense. They said this person was injured in an injury, in an accident, an earthquake, a flood, a tornado, a hurricane, a typhoon, a car accident, but they weren't wounded. Wounded used to mean a bullet. Like, they're lazy. They don't know how to spell either. I see news stories, particularly the ticker on the bottom of the screen, and there's constant misspellings. They don't know how to spell because we aren't teaching people how to spell correctly, or read for that matter. And, I've had people, you've got all these books. And I read them all too, except for those up there in the pink crate And there's some of the door I haven't read yet. But every book in here other than that has been read. All 18 bookcases of it. And the only reason I don't have more, I'm running out of room. This is why I want a duplex, or actually, if I made enough money with if I made 50 grand, I get the duplex, I'll buy a second one in a couple of years, and then see if I can swing the money to buy a house. I found a really cheap motorhome, not motorhome, mobile home, that I could pay 10% down and move into that, but it's way off in the upper Nevada, almost near Utah. I don't want to move that far from civilization, but I might buy it for. Yeah, and by the way, the trolls don't believe me. I said I was rated at one time with 159 IQ, but I think stress and PTSD over the years has lowered that. But I learned how to read at the age of 3 by reading medical journals, and I was reading the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Washington Star, financial magazines, and understood them. I used to read billboards all the time. That's also how I learned to read as a child. So, and when I went to school, they put you normally into kindergarten. They put me into second grade. And I told one of the teachers, I said, "You want me to read See Puff Run? You must be joking." I was reading Immanuel Kant and John Locke and Adam Smith. My mother got me an encyclopedia. Yes, Fuzzy. Encyclopedia and a set of great books, and I read every one of those, including the works of Karl Marx and Charles Darwin. So at the age of 3 to 5, I was understanding all that stuff, which I still haven't. Yeah, not bad, but you don't want to be down to being a moron. And there are a lot of morons out there online. Um, but one other thing about my reading is, I'll just pull one book out here. Except for certain works of fiction that took me forever to read because I was at work, where I fall asleep now. This is one book, as for instance, in my collection. And I read that cover to cover. So one day I hope maybe to have been meet Mentor and have 150s. It'd be nice to have, except for the ones where people have died, have all the books autographed. Well, I was on a site called SF Red Book, and it was a site for escorts, but they had discussion boards, and I was the co-moderator of the Republican discussion board there, and they hated it that I was pro George Bush, that I was pro Constitution, I was pro the First Amendment, pro Second Amendment, pro freedom of speech, pro military, pro police, and they started attacking me. Oh, I weigh 500 pounds. I'm going to have a stroke. My teeth are rotting. I have bad teeth, I admit it. I only got a little bit, even my doctor was amazed. She said, "It's hard to chew." I said, "Yeah, I have no," she said, "It's hard to chew." I said, "Yeah, I have no teeth except for the front ones. They're gone. I got to get dentures, or I don't know if I keep seeing this ad saying Medicare will pay for implants. They attacked my religion. They attacked my when I work for a living, I got attacked. When I don't work for a living, I get attacked. They pretty much stopped telling me to go get a job. I'm 70 years old, for God's sake. And I wouldn't want to go to work even if I were perfectly well physically. I wouldn't want to go to work full time. I'm tired. I started working when I was 12, and I started delivering papers and working in my friend's bookstore. And he would go to the track, and I'd watch the store till he came home, and then he would take. My parents knew where I was. I'd do my homework and watch the counter and sell, bring stuff up, and when I would keep the place open, he would come back at like 9, 10 o'clock at night, and then we'd go to his apartment, and he'd cook me dinner, and I'd go to sleep on the couch. And my parents knew where I was. They didn't care as long as I wasn't running the streets. And they knew him, so they knew he was safe, and there wasn't anything untoward with him. And he had fascinating stories, which I don't remember anymore, about his days as a working on the steamship lines going from San Francisco to Hawaii on, I think, Matson lines or something. American president. Stewart, that's Stewart. So they never stop. I get disgusting emails about once or twice a week. They come up, people I've never heard of, and I just report them to Gmail or Proton Mail or whatever, or there's another site, and they get banned. Now I don't know what this means. Are just jelly of George? I don't know what that term means. So, but nobody should be attacked for their. Yeah, it's just that's all they do. And I get sent screenshots from LGAB. This is what they're talking about. And by the way, your email, someone has been forwarding my emails to that evil site. I don't know who. So I'm going to cut down on talking about stuff in email. But they're obsessed with me, which is, like, I'm not super famous like PewDiePie or Mr. Beast. I like Mr. Beast stuff. I've watched like one PewDiePie video. Well, I have 250 subscriptions on YouTube. But they're obsessed with attacking me. For what? I'm sitting in my apartment when I'm not reading or sleeping or feeding the cats or going out to shop for food. I'm getting awfully sick and tired under Biden inflation, having to go to the store every couple of days because I can't afford food or I can't carry enough. I have a cart with a wheel falling off. I cannot put the wheel back in. I've tried. I sit and watch YouTube or video or Pluto TV or Amazon Prime, and I don't do anything to anybody. Oh, jealous. Thank you. Okay, I didn't know what that meant. I was going to say, what flavor of jelly is it? Apricot, peach, strawberry, blueberry, grape, Concord grape. Yeah. They don't seem to make jelly out of white grapes or black grapes, just Concord grapes. I guess they taste too bitter. Why be jealous of me? It's not like I'm rich. Yeah. Or attention. They're attention freaks too. They always accuse me of being a narcissist. With this body, well, you go both. Of course, I could probably shut down the internet right now, stand up with no pants on, and they could see my naked gut and my naked other things, and the whole internet would crash and explode. That'd be the end of the internet. I want to put the shorts on because I'm cold and it's warmer having the blanket on me than shorts. So, but what am I doing to cause anybody any reason to attack me? And they love talking about my apartment. I was doing the dishes last week, and both knees buckled on me, and I had to grab onto the sink to keep them falling on the floor. That's what the last fall did to me. It screwed my knees up. I clean with money and I clean with help if I can get help, but I get no help from Patty, and I'm not getting it from Kathy. If I win 50 grand, I will go and get someone to come in and help me clean, dude. And definitely, yeah, it's Putin's fault. It's always Putin's fault. That's Irving Putin. He lives just connected in New York. That guy, everything's Putin's fault. And when it was Trump, it was Trump's fault. Everything was Trump's fault. And with George W. Bush, it was all George W. Bush's fault or Reagan's fault. They never take responsibility for what they do. If I screw up, I would say I screwed up. Of course, I've never made a mistake in my life, as you know. I just base what I do on the information I receive, and if it's wrong, it's not my fault, it's Putin's fault. That guy gets blamed for everything now. I dropped an egg on the kitchen floor. Putin did it. My car bat won't start. Putin did it. I can't find a Tesla charging facility. It's Putin's fault I can't charge my Tesla. And no, I'm not going to spend the 50 grand on Tesla. We aren't there yet where we should be with charging vehicles. They have a power plant to give power to charge the vehicle. We aren't there with solar panels either. And the leftist people on MSNBC, CNBC, and the Spew are calling Musk a racist. and a homophobe. And they've done that to me too. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff being done by the New World Order. There's a reason why Ukraine got attacked. And there's talk that Moldova, they got hit by missile fire. And I've lost my nail clippers. That's Putin's fault too. I don't know where the hell my nail clippers went. I got these big calluses on the edges of my nails that drive me nuts. Well, hold on. I gotta say something about COVID. There is talk that Fauci sent federal funds to the bioweapons lab, and there's talk that the COVID was bioengineered and released. So I talked about that over 2 years ago. The guy from Pittsburgh Paranormal News Forum, and found evidence that this was happening. So I don't think that's a conspiratorial thing at all. And Fauci is worth $10 million, and he's got ties to China. He's got ties to the WHO. So does Hunter Biden. So does Biden. I don't think Joe Biden is doing anything wrong. I think she's okay. Pelosi definitely. Mitch McConnell makes his money from China. His wife is Chinese. They all have ties to communist China. The biggest mistake this country made was having Nixon go to China and recognizing the Chinese government, because we allowed them to go from a poverty country to a rich country. And their generals and politicians said we are at economic war with the United States. But now there's a new B1, B2, B3, BZ, BBBBB COVID variant. All these variants on a virus, the vaccine should kill off or at least suppress, and they aren't doing it. I think it's done deliberately so that we keep getting COVID, because then they get power from COVID. The cloth masks that don't work, the travel restrictions and lockdowns that don't work. There are millions of people now walking around without masks, and they're mask shaming people that go into Costco's and Walmarts and spraying employees and people with pepper spray and tear gas because they're not wearing a mask, because these people are brainwashed. So, but you can't say that on YouTube. Your video gets demonetized, or your video gets banned or removed. You can't say that on Twitter either. Hopefully the ice will be broken by Elon Musk, and then maybe somebody with deep pockets will buy YouTube and get rid of the censorship on YouTube, and somebody will buy Facebook and get rid of the censorship on Facebook and Instagram. And TikTok is owned by the communists, so nobody should be doing TikTok. I get emails from silver companies, coin companies. They want me to buy that panda. Nope, I won't buy communist money. Even if I had the money, buy American silver. Yeah, big farmer power and submission. Yeah, a while back, cloth masks don't work. When I go to the doctor, they make me take my cat mask off and put a cloth mask on. And the other thing, there's never been any scientific justification or reason given where they came up with the figure 6 feet. If you sneeze, a sneeze particles can travel across the room in seconds, almost at light speed, warp speed. So where'd they come up with the 6 feet figure? And I saw one picture on Twitter. The guy looked absolutely ridiculous. He had a mask on, a face shield, and something that looked like a gas mask. And he's sitting behind someone in a plane. And he's the only guy in the whole row with a mask on. He looks like an idiot. What are you doing, welding? It looked like a welder's mask. Face shield. And there are millions of people running around this country, running around the world, never been vaccinated. You know what? They're not getting COVID. But if you dare not to release a mask, not to wear a mask, oh no, you're a potential murderer. You're going to make everybody get COVID. Their doctor on Twitter said, I traveled with my wife, my unvaccinated son. and yet you're the type of person who's pushing little kids to get vaccinated. It's a different thing. I like you, make liberals cry. You're very perceptive. They want to get rid of human interaction to isolate people, dehumanizing. It's all planned out. Well, isolate people by keeping them in their homes for months for no reason, locking people down. The people revolt after a while. They certainly are. But they still want. Biden is trying to overturn that Florida judge who was a Trump appointee who said you cannot, CDC doesn't have. Look, when we had a lockdown, I would get on the bus with my mask, my kitty cat mask, waiting for the bus, and people would be riding by me on bicycles. Mother, father, kids, none of them wearing a mask. People would be pushing their babies in their strollers, no mask. I got people in this neighborhood pushing their babies in strollers. They weren't wearing masks. Where were the mask police? You're not wearing a mask. Get in the vehicle. Spray them down. Spray them down with the biohazard fluid. Force them, throw them to the ground, and staple a mask to their face. I got a big laugh on Twitter. I said, just take a staple gun and staple a mask to their face so they can't take them off. Or a nail gun, yeah. Surprised Twitter didn't say it was asking to do harm to somebody. But someone who's wearing a mask should not have the right to start chewing somebody out because they choose not to wear a mask. I've been vaccinated. I haven't had the fourth booster. They tell me I got to go get it. I'll go get it. The Moderna, not the evil Pfizer. My feet and toes and fingers and hands are still hurting and going numb and stabbing pain after the horrible Pfizer vaccine. And Pfizer just removed one of their medications is giving people cancer. So Pfizer's a horrible company. And of course, I always do this. No one, I don't see. I guess you're waiting for the other one. I don't know. I never get super chat. Okay. This is for the cats, of course. Although I could use money too. So there's that. And I've kind of run out of stuff to say. I used to be a huge news junkie. I would get on Fox. I would look at this. I do get all the emails. I get Brightburg or whatever the hell it is, and I get Town Hall, and I get some other guy, and I get all these things. I get things I never heard of be sent to me. And Fox, but I don't watch the news as much because it gets to be a little depressing. I need to find my clippers and get Kathy to give me a haircut tomorrow. I need a haircut real bad. $15 for a haircut. Outrageous. This part, even when I take it off with a scissor, it still grows like this is a cowlick, and it will never. I may have to have somebody dig a hole in my head, surgically remove all the hair. It drives me crazy. Here we go. Here's Blind to Billionaire with his usual stuff. 1,000 monthly new Social Security thing. He's been talking for a year now or more how we're all going to get Social Security, SSI reform, extra monthly checks until the pandemic is over, whenever the hell it's over, if it's over. Then it turns into an endemic. I don't know what comes after an endemic. I guess it's cured. But he's always wrong because there's no bills that I can find anywhere that are in committee, that are in the hop. Nancy Pelosi a couple weeks ago said they're working on some kind of stimulus check. Then nothing. I think she comes out, she's sober for a day, she babbles something, goes back to her cage. Yeah, news will rot your mind. I don't even follow baseball anymore. I used to watch the baseball standings, but they politicized baseball. They politicized football. I don't know about soccer and hockey, but and 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 track and field and all that. Transsexuals running in women's sports, that should be banned. That's being banned in some states now. You can't be a transsexual and you're not a woman. And Apple put up this emoji with a pregnant man, which is ridiculous. And Netflix lost thousands of subscribers. They put a program on where the man was pregnant. People said, "No, I'm not watching this crap. Bye. Take my money and spend it elsewhere." I always said years ago, the first man to become pregnant will be a billionaire. There is a way surgically to implant an embryo in a male's stomach and bring it to term, but I don't want to be the first guy to do that. Boy, the pain. They have to do a cesarean on you, and a cesarean to put it in. In the old days, you'd be on Life magazine. They'd pay you $25,000 for your story, but yeah. But you see, what used to be called mental illness is now acceptable. And calling someone a racist, a homophobe, a xenophobe, a hater, a white supremacist, it's all acceptable by the left. Even though it's total lies. I've been called all those and more. Well, okay, if you want to be technical, we've never left biblical times. The Torah, the rest of the Bible, the Talmud, and the New Testament are all still in effect. They haven't been outlawed yet. The liberals would love to do that, of course. They hate God. They worship communism. They worship socialism. They worship Marxism. They worship, what the hell is that name? Noah somebody or other. And they worship liberalism, progressivism. It's all the same word. It's control. It's suppressing freedom. Freedom to choose, freedom to travel, freedom to associate, freedom to assemble, freedom to speak your mind. They hate that. They hate anyone who can. My mother said that her father was a free thinker. All right, have a good one. Have a good night. Get some sleep. Bye bye. Well, I'm not going to do anything but go to the store, so it's not exactly. And there's no gifts in my mail. By the way, someone sent me a shirt. I was in Patty's van to open up, make sure it wasn't a ticking bomb or something, and apparently the shirt fell out of the van. I wrote that person, I didn't get an answer. I guess they're mad at me for losing their shirt. Nice shirt, but she said, "Save it for your birthday." I should have taken the damn thing out and worn it in the video. Then I'd have the shirt. I don't even know what I took a look at. Oh, this is a cool shirt. I want to wear this so much. I should have worn it. Done what I wanted to do. Thank you, Katie. And wrote them, "Would you send me another shirt? I'll pay you for it." I didn't get an answer, so I don't know. But we're in the van with Patty with all my groceries, my mail. We go pick up the mail, feed the cats, go get groceries, go run around and get gasoline, go to Target, go to Walmart, go to Safeway, Nobile Foods, and sometimes Costco. By the time I'm done, it's dark and I can't see a damn thing in the back of the van, so things get lost back there. There's no lights back there. One of the things I intend to do with Patty's van, get some stick-up lights and screw them, nail them, glue them to the side of the inside of the van so we can see what the hell we're doing. Okay, I think that's it for this one. How many years have we been on here now? Let's see. We've been on here a minute and a half. Oh my God, an hour and 14 minutes. How time flies when you're not having fun. By the way, 1984 in the Apple commercial, we're here. But it's a 1984 run by leftists, not totalitarians, although leftists are totalitarians in their own way. It's not run by a communist state, but a leftist suppression of thought state. All right, this is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. Have a great night, a great morning, a great day. I'm 70 years old. I feel every minute of it. At times it hurts. Other times I'm quite happy. I hope I get big money, as they say on the game shows. Big money, big money, big money. And could get enough money to get a duplex and move the hell out of here, and then buy another one, and then buy me a house with about 18 rooms for all the cats to go with me. Orangey walked up, little pretty little gray walked up, she's so cute. I have homes for all the kitties. All right, I think that's it for this one. Stay warm, stay dry, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye for now.